it's like we share the most beautiful thing in life. We have a kid. Right. We got great memories. We were married, so everything we did was out of like pure love. You know what I'm saying? We planned on being with each other forever. You know what I'm saying? But that shit gets difficult, and I think with marriage, like legal marriage, it kind of sucks because that has to be the end of something when that's over. Mm-hmm. But I think we're proving that it's not the end of everything. Like, even when that legal shit is over, you know what I mean? Like, I got her back. She knows it. She got my back. I know it. And we do a great job, being there for our so many things for Sebastian. And not even just for him.
So, I'm listening to Drink Champs for him that I didn't featuring Wiz Khalifa.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
towards the end.
Able to function.
I bought this ponytail on Amazon. Not yesterday, but the day before that. I want to say
there was no come together. There was no holidays. There was no birthdays together.
I want to say around.
It was that bitch is by my son. Why that nigga over there? It was just.
I like to shop in the early morning hours, so I want to say I bought the ponytail like around.
He gets to enjoy both of us together. He doesn't see us separate.
Could have been like 2 a.m. Whatever.
That's really important. My parents were divorced since I was 2.
So I waited all day yesterday, and then today,
but they are dysfunctional.
the piece arrived.
Can't be in the same room together, and that's not good for a kid.
At around 7.
And it's not their fault because
a little bit before 7.
6:50. Functioning anything, but we gotta break that, and we gotta be better.
About a day and a half wait.
So there's a lot. You know what I mean?
From
that we do just to be like
Ann Rosa,
but it's natural where it's like, yo, this man needs to see. His father treated.
It said, it's not 22 inch. I'm so sorry. It's a 20 inch. 20 inch Afro curly 1B pony. Made in China.
Which I think is dope. And like I said, like on the sideline, so I know you, and I see how y'all get along. I always tell like my homies when I see somebody.
This came.
How could you not get along?
You guys want to see the hair?
It takes a lot though. Like, you gotta really not be a fucking asshole.
This came with a
gift.
gift.
Like, a lot of people are like putting up the front for cameras, and they'll be fucking Superman when the camera comes on and be a piece of shit behind closed doors. Right. We ride for each other behind closed doors. There's nobody who can come in between us, not even our parents. Nobody. We started our world together, and that's what we live in, and that's how we rock, and that's how we stay on the same.
Did you speak on that though when breaking up?
No, we got to that point. The relationship, it put a strain on us, and I think it just brought out the best in us. It kind of forced us to look at ourselves and what we bring to the table. And moving forward, I feel like we both really.
So now I'm going to just play with it.
Companionship. So the people that we're going to be with, they have to deserve us. So
20 inch, supposedly virgin human hair. I'm sure it's human hair, but virgin means unprocessed.
Other people might not get us on that.
I'm almost certain that they didn't boil these curls in, and it's not Remy.
Helps and heals everything. So you can go through.
It's not Remy.
1 year, and then,
I miss that old school good Remy hair. We all know that Remy means the cuticle goes one way from the top to the bottom. We all know that.
Certain shit that they need to go through. I'm lucky to have a person who's thoughtful as she is.
It means if I run my fingers from the top to the bottom, it's smooth. And if I run my fingers from the bottom to the top, it's supposed to not be smooth. Like your natural hair, if you do that. Pluck out one of your pieces of hair, just one, or get one from a brush or a comb. If you go along the cuticle from the scalp on down, it'll be smooth. And if you go against the cuticle, it will be jagged. And that's how you can tell if your hair is Remy.
Like I said, I sure was going to give you
So it says,
I'm so proud to give you your flower.
Hell yeah, thank you, man.
Like, I don't like the word It says,
stood the test of time. You're out here being the happiest. I love watching you. And just, probably for the last.
Virgin Remy human hair. Oh, does it say Remy? It says virgin human hair. Virgin means unprocessed. I say that to say this. It's not virgin because I don't know of any way that any company could get these coils and this type of hair without a chemical process. And usually they strip the cuticles in the chemical process. So it's not rimming because it doesn't even have cuticles at all. They strip those. And it's not virgin because they clearly had to perm this hair coily. The only other way I know to get virgin hair to be coily like this without chemicals is to boil it for a really long time. And then still I don't know about getting the curls this tight because trust me, I've tried. And all I got was a poodle wet and wave. Go get bamboo sticks, right? If you want to know what I'm talking about, go get bamboo sticks. Get any straight hair that you have, like the smallest stick you can get. Wrap the hair around the bamboo sticks like this. It's gonna take a while. Boil the hair for a good amount of time. Let it air dry. Then take it all out. It's gonna be curly, but if you flat iron it and then wet it again, you're gonna get like basic poodle curls. So anyway, I'm about to play with this hair.
And the conversation didn't go how I wanted it to go. He called me all types of names, like out of my name, which I didn't expect. He said
listening to Wiz Khalifa.
Words, which I didn't expect.
At the end of the day, it was about $75, 78 bucks, 79, a little under 80. And I didn't want a synthetic unit. So I knew this was, I was hoping to, well, I haven't really done much with it, except for spray it with water. It's a little bit of water and go like this. So this is pretty much how it comes out of the pack. So this is pretty much what I was hoping for. Hopefully it's not like any worse once I wash it and condition it. The only thing is my hair curl pattern, I feel it's similar to this. It's very, very similar.
Got a chance to have a conversation after that. I'm willing to just squash it and let it go.
But I feel like this hair curl pattern might be a little tighter than my hair curl pattern. So I'm gonna do a braid out or twist out for this unit because this is my hair curl pattern. See if I can twirl it to show you. I'm transitioning right now for like the umpteenth time. You guys all know how it goes when you're not afraid to explore with your hair. So trying to grab a nice nappy piece, nice just natural nappy piece. There you go. Right. So that's a nice little nappy piece. Hair is short, so work with me. Right. It's my hair. It's quite nappy. Believe you me. Okay? It's quite nappy. But this is pretty much my curl pattern, right? And this, I feel like this is a little tighter than my curl pattern. Just a bit. Who knows?
The same image that you portray really be about that in real life. You know what I'm saying? Like you're trying to
I'm gonna do a high pony.
But you're not necessarily taking that route. And you know, it is what it is.
So it's about 16 inches. Because I'm tall. So for all you tall girls, if you want to know how long it's going to be on you, it's going to be long. So it's about 16 inches. So you can tell if I stretch it, it's going to be about the 22 if you straighten it for whatever reason. I should try that. Get my curling irons and play with it real quick. See how it takes the shoot.
And I'm gonna listen to Purple Haze. I'm gonna put Cameron's album on. I'm gonna put Purple Haze on a little sad joint and some haze. I'm been like, with the goons I spar, stay in tune with Mars. She like, damn, this is really since Kumbaya.
The realest kumbaya. I'm like kumbaya, kumbaya, something, something. Yeah, I remember that one. That's when he say, okay, old shirt, you know, that you wear around the house. Got 2 marks right here, I think, from going like this. But this way you'll be able to better see. Boom, boom, boom. Texture as I play with it. The only way I could go live is from my computer camera. So hopefully you all can relate to the hoodness of it all.
Like I said, I'm used to the volcano, like where you gotta fucking heat it up with the bags. It's the same vibe, but it's like the Luca version. And it's got one.
You don't see it's a whole different technology right here, man.
It looks like an air freshener, like it's like or humidifier.
Forgot this was in my Xbox for a second.
Yeah, I had the volcano too. Yeah. I had the original one with the bag just blow up like that.
That's where all like the G-Pin and shit like that. That's where the vapes come from. But those aren't like real vapes because they use coils and shit. Right. You like heating it up, like this is for you. Like how you killed that? You broke that down. It's true.
That's regular shit.
Smoke in your body, so you gotta be careful like how you do it. Like niggas be taking dabs and they be heating them shits up too much. Like you know what I'm saying? You gotta be low temp. You know what I'm saying? Be high temp. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't fucking yourself.
Maybe you could, okay, you could definitely see the hair better this way. And definitely see the hair. This is just pretty much dry out of the pack. Seeing how you guys can see this.
Well, get that from him. The one dude that should have the joint. He got him.
They got a police.
He gonna wake up different, and he gonna like, you gonna go see like, man,
nah, they don't piss that for weed no more.
Yeah.
Don't get their ass.
Yeah. Now one of the things that comes up about you is your love for
So,
yeah.
see.
Shout out to Big Bell, man.
Pretty much what it looks like. I'm seeing how you could do like a bang pony type of thing. Bang pony type of thing. I'm seeing how you could do a bang pony type of thing. Usually more talkative, but I'm quite hungry. Oh.
That's gotta be like history right now. Yeah, that's hard. I didn't even do this to Snoop because Snoop don't play that shit. Hell no.
Not disrespectful. Not yet.
Snoop don't play that shit.
When we did it to Colin, he ran.
Snoop did not play that shit. Be real be down.
No, be real here. We think we did.
Okay, happy with Be Real. Okay, Be Real be down. He's one all the smoking antics.
He's a
smoking.
This new generation. Not Snoop, not anybody. Is there any young dude? Go ahead, ask the question. comment.
Ask the question.
Any young dude out here coming up that can smoke with you.
They can do 10 hookahs.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
What I liked about the hair when I saw it online was how the ends were nice and nappy, like nice and super tight. That's what always makes the hair look nice. I don't like that wet poodle look from that other kind of curl, that wet and wavy look. It looks like wet poodle hair, and I don't like it.
Don't even let them try to fool you. And they wouldn't even try. They wouldn't even. I don't even think they would say anything like, "Oh yeah, I can hang with." No, hell, no. Absolutely not. I don't think they're trying to. Like, honestly, like they're doing other drugs. They're not trying to like smoke weed. We need more people to like smoke a ton of pot and just buy ounces of weed and just listen to music and be cool and ride around with your friends and get drunk. I like Lil Tyler. Yeah, Lil Tyler. Yeah. Y'all heard of Lil Tyler? I like. Yeah. Lil Tyler. Tyler created hard though. Yeah, Lil Tyler hard though. Yeah.
They said you spent over $30,000 on weed a month.
No, that was one particular year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Come down and you went back up.
No, it's probably more, but I grow it. Yeah,
I seem like
I grow it, so it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like it evens out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Humboldt County.
Visit multiple places now. Yeah, it's all over the place, bro. It's like wherever I like land, bro. It's all over the fucking place. Yeah, exactly. It's right outside. It's just growing.
So this I'm doing the bang in the front type of look, because that was really intriguing to me.
I say Miami. We established that earlier.
Yeah, that's how it would look with some in the front,
Everywhere has decent weed. It just depends on you.
some in the back.
You're lucky you knew me at the time.
Cali is the best weed in the world, sir. Yes, sir.
Trying my best here. You know how you just get some hair and you just playing with it all kind of crazy ways. That's what this is. This is what this is.
I told you the same. The green doors in Amsterdam. What about
Jesus Christmas, brother.
I'm talking about the other green.
Try to bring that on,
And said
Make it look like a curly swoop. Curly swoop type of thing.
The base got like a pure, stickiest, most paid attention.
So this is closest to the source?
I mean, the people who grow it, the hippies out there, are just fucking,
Right.
they're just traditional, just weed. They don't even care about the money, bro. They just care about the
Yeah, this is super hippies.
They're like down to the soil, like every little microfiber. Like they play music for the plants. They're in there.
Trying to see how it would look with a little tuckaroo.
It's cool. It's kind of dry. It's a little dusty. No, it's not as sticky as West Coast weed. West Coast weed that's sticky, icky, bro.
Isn't Colorado considered the West Coast?
No.
I can tell what they did with the hair is they pulled it from the top and then left some of the bottoms so that you can have that still coil look.
It's West.
Yeah, I don't think they're on Pacific time over there. I think they're mountain time.
Valentine's Day would not be
Valentine's time? Yeah, they're mountain time.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that's central. Yeah, that's central.
Ooh.
What you smoke, drink what you drank, and it comes along as normal right now.
It makes you smarter, man. KK McQueen makes you fucking smarter. He said some geography facts over there.
But it matches for the most part.
That's good. That's history.
It's just how it is. I kind of like it.
Who's the artist? Who's the artist? Let me do what?
Oh, let me say something. Let me say something that you said, T.I. Hold on. Hold on, son. Hold on. Let me say something.
Supposed to be a number 2.
T.I. and Little Boosie, I know that y'all could have went to war. You could have did a whole bunch of tremendous, crazy.
This is the hair is in a high pony. This is a 20-inch, and this is how long it stretches from the back.
And can talk it out. I really commend that. I really respect that.
and I'm almost 6 feet tall. So I have a long neck, long torso, and it stretches under my boobs. So imagine if you're, 5'5", 5'7", or whatever, it's going to be really long on you. And if you're tall like me or taller, it's still going to be long on you. So I read some of the Amazon reviews, and I saw a few people saying how it wasn't true to length, but I just knew that they didn't know what they were talking about.
But if you're gonna shoot somebody over it, that's kind of whack. But if we can throw the hands evenly, you'll really see if somebody really got a problem or not, and that would solve a lot. If niggas are just square up, that would solve a lot. But a lot of niggas are scared.
Get some of this water.
Don't want to fight, or if you're trained to fight, then it would give you more confidence to. If somebody be like, yo, let's get it. We be like, all right, cool. I don't have to have a gun. So handle this. But there's a lot of programming that goes with that too. But I don't mind fighting. You know what I'm saying? I think it's healthy. I think you should learn how to control violence, and do it in a controlled environment, and get it out the way, and continue on with your life.
You be sparring?
Yeah.
The thing about trained fighting, it also teaches you how to lose with grace.
Yeah, for sure. Because somebody's gonna win and somebody's gonna lose. You know what I mean? But like the majority of times when we spar, it's not like I hate this dude, I'm trying to take his head off. Somebody gets a good shot in you.
Oh, there it is.
If you go to war with somebody, if it gets nasty,
the little dude. I feel like short hair.
You respect them a little bit more than anything. And I think
Two.
Yeah, absolutely.
Long hair. And just 2 days and $80.
You're not trying to spar a rapper or nothing like that.
I mean,
If it came down to it.
Very super low maintenance friendly, I would say. This is one of those things where the less you make your hair look all super neat, the better it looks.
I got a couple partners in the league.
So we all want to slick down our edges and stuff. But this is how thick it looks in a high pony.
Compete for a pound of weed or multiple pounds of weed.
What league? Did we just jump league?
Yeah.
From fighting to smoking.
It's the same thing. Yeah, you fight and smoke at the same time. Yeah, it's called out of league.
You smoke and you fight.
My first reaction is satisfied.
Everywhere. My partners have teams. There's a Cleveland Clips team. There's a headquarters in Vegas.
What more do you expect in 2023 from Amazon for less than $80 with taxes and shipping included?
And I'm one of the creative directors and the co-owners of the PFL. It's like in direct competition with Bellator and UFC. We're on ESPN, ESPN2, and it's a fighting league. It's a point-based system where the fighters at the end of the season they have an opportunity to fight for $1 million, which not a lot of fighters get to.
Right, unless
to
they
do
get
with
to
that
that
whole career. Exactly. So this takes the top fighters, and they're able to earn points throughout the season depending on who they win against and how they win. And that's how the championships are determined. So it's really based on the fight. They own all of that stuff. So they get off of who they are. And fighters who their contracts in other companies, they come right over to the EFL and just make hell money. Yeah. He's gonna do a fight. Yeah. He's gonna do his first martial arts. He's gonna do his first MMA fight with PFL.
He's only been boxing.
Yeah. He's gonna do his first MMA fight with PFL.
Kicking and all.
Kicking,
wrestling, and smoking.
Elbow.
They gotta take him to the ground. I'm sure he does all that.
Yeah, everything. Yeah. Yeah. You go to the corner, and you take a bong rip.
This is crazy. You should just have both in there with a gun and shoot everybody's up.
Exactly.
That's what I mean.
That's how we win the fight. You smoke the whole ring out, and I come in there.
You appear after the
Exactly.
So one thing you said is when I asked you, you came early, it was like you said, I'm a businessman, and I love that, obviously. But let's talk about these businesses that you have. Not just the liquor, but
The fighting shit is dope.
fighting shit.
Yeah, it's PFL, it's Liquid Death, it's a walk, this
Oh, you're part of Liquid Death?
part of Liquid Death.
Oh, so they just keep it out of water.
Yeah, no, we've been growing this brand.
Yo, that was genius.
Yeah.
A genius brand.
Yeah.
How far along were they before you got involved?
They're brand new.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were just looking for people to get down, and they were really generous. It's like, yo, I'm not even talking about the details of the deal, but it was really, really nice.
Yeah, that was genius.
Yeah, hell yeah. There's Liquid Death, there's McQueen, but I have the whole company is, it's all under everything. So Bel Air, Duce,
You get,
Bumble, Deal.
you don't have to answer this, but do you get,
Yes. Piece of all of it. Yeah, hell yeah. I gave up a little bit, because this was mine.
Right.
Like, Brett went fully in with me on McQueen. So this was just me. So I gave a piece of this up for a piece of the rest of the company.
No.
So it only makes sense, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we're all family anyway, and when
Help each other grow.
one does well, every one of them does well. I don't know if you ever seen the company Shop GLD, the jewelry company. I own a piece of that because the creators of that came out of my camp. So when they first started the business, they gave me a little piece of that. I have Hot Box by Wiz. It's Pack Bowls by Wiz now. Actually, they changed this during the pandemic when all the restaurants closed down. I opened up a delivery only restaurant, and we're in hella cities all over the place. So it's basically like a delivery only menu that you can get. It's not like a full restaurant, but it serves food. And it's Pack Bowls by Wiz. What else do we got? Will? Yeah, the GLD shit. We got tons of merch.
What I'm doing now is I'm editing something.
Yeah, we got the Mushroom Company, Mr. Caps.
I thought Sonny was telling you what business you have.
Yeah.
Sonny, you too high right now, bro. Telling him what businesses he got?
Yeah, GLD.
Yo,
Get you right.
yo, take a hit of that hookah, man.
Oh yeah, the Weed Farms. We got a gaming team too. The Pittsburgh Knights. Yeah, we got a gaming team as well.
Like a video game.
Yeah.
That shit make pride.
Yeah.
Don't sleep on that shit.
Hell yeah.
Pittsburgh Knights.
Yeah. Those are like the ones that are like right in front of us. That's a lot of shit. It's a lot of stuff.
So,
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna take one more shot.
we gotta take 2 more shots.
It's Taylor gang. We keep it Taylor gang. We keep it Taylor.
Man, Wiz, we want to give you flowers. You really deserve them, like I said. You're really a legend out here. You really
Okay.
see the test of time. And I love listening to your music because I can understand the person. Not only the person, but I can understand what you standing the test of time. Meaning, this was music for here. I can make music that sound like that, but it's my way.
Mm-hmm.
And you continue to do that. And to be noticed.
I appreciate it.
Come on.
That's good. It's really good thing.
All right, now take all the shots I took.
I mean, I took it one glass.
Bro, I would get so hammered. I'll be calling up all type
But
of
you used to be drinking heavy.
Yes.
So what happened with
Yeah, totally. Totally. Yeah, for sure.
what made you stop? Your kicks wasn't coming out good?
No, the kicks were the kicks were perfectly fine.
That makes you.
I mean, that's part of it. It wasn't really too bad of mistakes. I think I don't feel like I can afford too many more drunk nights.
Okay, I respect that.
It just ran its course. Like it hit a wall. Like
Right.
I feel like everything else in my life that I'm doing it's like lifelong. You know what I'm saying?
What's the training that you do? I'm sure that.
Yeah, I'm gonna be doing that for the rest of my life. Like I'm gonna be making music the rest of my life. I'm gonna be like, yeah, so growing brands for the rest of my life. Like drinking, like it hit a ceiling. Like it wasn't getting any better. Like it was just like.
That's the crazy shit. Right? It's better for us.
Have fun, bro. That's why I love people to just get fucked up. Like, cause I understand it's fun as hell, bro. Like that's all it is. It's fun. Like it's hell fun.
Until it's not.
You know? But it's cool. I love people to enjoy some drinks. I love people to fucking rage and party. I'm not one of those people who can't like get drunk around me.
Right, these are.
I just ain't finna like, indulge. I love smoking weed. I love mushrooms.
Right. You don't want one of the topics from my homie?
Yeah. I do the mushroom pills, bro. I do capsules.
Oh, I gotta
do something right now.
You know what? I gotta
get those capsules.
What's about to happen right now?
I'm about to do some mushrooms.
Okay.
I just went to Sonny, take a mushroom, buddy. Look at Sonny. Give me
Sonny, no, you already took one. Take one, Sonny. Let's go.
I don't need another one.
Oh, because Jamie wants one.
Oh, what do you want? Let's go, Jamie. Let's go, Jamie.
I do it.
Let's go. Hey, chilling.
You taking two?
Yeah.
It doesn't have that much.
You see him take two?
Huh?
I've never seen a nigga take two.
Yeah, you're fine. You'll be fine. You'll be
Yeah,
fine.
play that record again.
Hell yeah. I gotta piss one more time.
There's 3 more times.
I'm gonna split two. Good. Yeah. Go look at my neck.
Sonny is
Fuck Sonny, bro.
Yeah.
Sonny's with the
He's
vibes.
great dude. He's a great dude.
Sonny's with the vibes. He's a good character,
Yeah.
man.
He's a great guy.
Yeah.
That's a good dude, man. I love that. Gotta be down.
This is how we do
Is my shit working?
Okay,
Is my shit working?
Fly in the new Oka. Yeah, I like this.
remember, you taking that one home.
Okay,
Yeah.
this is mine.
Yeah.
I like this one.
It's too long. I'm kind of getting tired of watching it.
In the box. This how it looks with sun front. Back. But it matches. This is the hair is in a high pony. It's 20 inch, and this is how long it stretches from the back. And I'm almost 50 tall. So I have a long neck, long torso, and stretches under my boobs. So imagine if you're 5'5", 7 or whatever. I see that it is. This is water. Up there. You look good. So like, hair look all super neat, better. This is one of those things where the
I used to love Inichi.
Executives from the clothing label Feel flew from Italy to New York to meet with a new designer. When they arrived, sitting in the boardroom, a black man wearing cargo shorts and a t-shirt. They told him to wait outside because they had scheduled a meeting with their new partner. The man waited outside, and once the room was full, introduced himself. He was their new partner. This awkward situation happened to Tony Shellman, co-founder of the fashion label Aniche, or NYC, some people call it. The brand became the clothing of choice for Jay-Z, Eminem, and Busta Rhymes.
I'm actually using this.
For some reason, it just fizzled out. The story of Aniche begins with the friendship of Tony Shellman and Lando Felix, who both came from Madonna and Seattle. They were both into fashion and, like many people, worked in fashion outlets for discounts. Lando said, "Tony made me work at Zebra. Then, what I thought was a cool way to get discounts slowly started becoming my career. Even while working at a clothing store together, it was clear that these guys were set for business. Because of the lack of sales the store did on Sundays, Tony and Lando came up with Movie Matinee Sunday. In an interview with the New York Times, Tony said, "For $5, kids would get into the store and get a 5% discount on clothes. We showed hit movies like Purple Rain. We went from doing $1,600 on Sunday to doing 10 grand. When their boss found out about this, they thought they were going to be fired. Instead, they got promoted to a much bigger store in Seattle. Tony moved to New York to study at Parsons School of Design, and Lando followed the exact same path a year later. After graduating, they both got jobs at a major clothing brand in International News, but Tony at this time was really folding clothes and wanted to become a sales assistant. Tony's boss, Evan Davis, told Tony to go to the Bronx and see.
I don't know. I'm just doing whatever I want.
Davis was hoping to teach Tony a lesson about just how difficult selling was, but realized Tony came back with two $20,000 orders for clothes. In 1994, Tony decided to start his own clothing company, with Lando and Evan agreeing to pursue this with him. Shellman was experienced at marketing, Felix was good at production, and Davis concentrated on the finances. The company was known as Mecca, and International News financed the project. The streetwear label was an instant success, and they sold $20 million worth of clothing in 3 seasons. According to Felix, Mecca started with a revelation. Kids were getting their looks from different stores. Shoes from Foot Locker, baggy jeans at Nordstrom, funky tops from some streetwear boutique. We knew we could do an integrated line and make it logo-driven with a sporty flair. The only issue was what was coming from higher up. According to Tony, we did it for 2 years, but then International News wanted to put the name Mecca on anything. Socks, jewelry, cologne. That's not what we wanted. So we sold Mecca to them. They soon started the confusingly titled Nietzsche. It's meant to be a phonetic spelling of NYC, but with a Latin twist. Felix said it's kind of like having a secret because no one ever really says it right. Because of the success of Mecca, many other clothing companies wanted to work with them and finance Nietzsche. And this is where he had an incredibly memorable meeting where executives from Felix told him to wait outside. Speaking about this moment in the New York Times, he said, "They all felt terrible and apologized, but it just spoke to my philosophy of be yourself, wear your own suit. The label did not have any endorsements or sponsorships from celebrities and aimed to grow organically. But in November 1998, they got as big a brand endorsement as they could get. Jay-Z was photographed outside the Waynesboro Hotel in London by Derek Santini wearing an Nietzsche fleece while touring his Volume 2 Hard Knock Life album. Jay would become their competitor next year when he started Rockwood. In February of 1999, Tony appeared on the cover of the Source magazine alongside other designers such as Willie Esteban Martinez of Esco, Ralph Reynolds of RP55, Paul Canine, Maurice.
Of course, it's thin on the
This was
ends.
the Source's impression of who were the top streetwear clothing designers, and this magazine at the time was an incredibly powerful voice in hip-hop circles. By 2000, the clothing label had now branded into women's wear, and that year they received a slightly bigger endorsement than Jay-Z. Eminem wore Nietzsche at the 2000 Grammy Awards, which helped expand their streetwear from urban areas and out more towards the suburb and general America. Adam Zucker, who was VP of sales at Nietzsche, said, not only was the urban inner city kid buying it, but also the suburban kid wanted it.
This is good. I didn't want that poodle look.
The label was incorporated by Liz.
A lot of hair has that poodle look, and I don't like it.
It was a solid investment.
So this doesn't have the poodle look when it's wet. When it's wet, it's still, Afro.
Despite the fact
Afro,
that
like,
we did not have a major hip-hop artist officially promoted
very
the
much
brand.
so.
The deal with Liz Claiborne strategically allowed them to branch out with their women's wear. At the time, it was now 70% menswear, but only 30% women's wear. So working with a women's wear brand would help bridge that gap. Evan Davis also admitted that although the
this
deal
is
was
dry.
successful, it did come with some
This is
issues.
dry and this is
Speaking
wet.
after the sale, he said, finances were a problem in the field. But Liz Claiborne is willing to make the investment so we can grow properly. They support us and help us when we need it. We want to surround the brand with items to work closely with the clothes. I do not want to overshadow the apparel, which is why we are in this business to begin with. In the mid-2000s, hip-hop is now mainstream. Jay-Z, Eminem, 50 Cent were just as big as any other artists in pop and rock music, and streetwear was also outshining other clothing types too. In 2004, Russell Simmons sold his streetwear line Fat Farm for $140 million and told the New York Times, I was in a Macy's in San Francisco the other day, and there was Fat and Sean John and Echo and Rockaware and Nietzsche and Shady. Then in the corner, I saw Calvin and Cole. I didn't see Tommy anymore. All those brands have gone ice cold. But soon after the Liz Claiborne deal, the founders of Nietzsche decided to leave the company. Tony, Lando, and Evan left to start up Parrish, a new urban label that also incorporated elements of California surfwear. In an interview with the New York Post, Tony said, we tell our designers to go have some fun.
Go crazy and finger coil this if you want.
You lose a lot of creativity. The Post then speculated that this quote may have been an indirect reference to why they left after Liz Claiborne took over, and there were stormy waters ahead for Nietzsche. In 2008, global financial
I would use this hair at the
crisis,
end of
every
like
major
natural
company
dreads.
was affected in
I mean,
some
like a
way.
natural
For Liz Claiborne, they needed to strip down their operations
faux dreads, but the natural look.
So that year, Nietzsche was acquired by Diddy. It seemed like a perfect fit. Diddy was a big name in fashion.
So it's
and
supposed
hip-hop.
to be
His
20
expertise
inches.
could give the label a much needed boost. Liz Claiborne bought the label for $114 million in 2003. 5 years later, they sold it for around $20 million. Talk about a fire sale. Explaining the incredibly low weather out the storm. So that year, Nietzsche was acquired by Diddy and seemed like a perfect fit. Diddy was a big name in fashion and hip hop, and his expertise could give the label a much needed boost. Liz Claiborne bought the label for $114 million in 2003. 5 years later, they sold it for around $20 million. Talk about a fire sale. Explaining the incredibly low price, William McComb from Liz Claiborne said, the unsettled economic environment and our commitment to properly resource and focus on other brands in our portfolio contributed to that decision. Once the deal was over the line, Diddy released a statement that said, Nietzsche has been a very important player in the young men's sportswear arena for over a decade. I'm really excited to bring it into our portfolio of brands that already include Sean John and Zach Posey. I look forward to adding our expertise
With some really good,
to
actual
fashion.
good products, some
Yeah.
silicone products.
The current economic climate
That's all you
is
need for this hair.
challenging, but we
Just don't have
believe
the money
it's also
right
an
now.
opportunity, and we're really excited to add Nietzsche to our line. And this was the key problem. With people losing their jobs or facing financial difficulties,
Good dupe,
they
good
might
little
hold
dupe.
off on buying new clothes,
I would say.
especially those that aren't the most popular. In the 90s, labels like Nietzsche were a response to the designer labels ignoring the rise of streetwear, and fashion labels like Nietzsche, Fubu, Sean John.
So yeah, this is,
Rockaware,
you can see it untouched.
helping fill that gap.
Yeah.
By the 2010s,
Untouched
this gap
coils.
didn't really exist anymore. Brands like
How it
Tommy
comes.
Hilfiger, Ralph Lauren, and many others.
No, that
Finally, embraced streetwear. That being said, by the 2010s,
manufactured corkscrew
brand
screw look.
had simply gone out of fashion. In
Comb it
the
out.
song Swagger Like Us, Jay-Z provided his audience with a bit too much information when he rhymed, "I can't wear skinny jeans because my knots don't fit." In a 2016 Twitter argument with Wiz Khalifa, Ye tweeted, "I made it so we could wear tight jeans." Streetwear growing beyond the streets also had its drawbacks too. In 1999, Tony was asked about the rise of FUBU and said, "FUBU is going to lose its street essence as Little Johnny and Suburbia starts picking up its stuff." As these brands grew and grew, there was now a disconnect between itself and the roots, which possibly diluted the value of those brands. But throughout the 2010s, Nietzsche and other streetwear labels were nowhere near the clothing of choice for the world's biggest rappers. In 2016, Nia Porter wrote about the decline of urban clothing brands in Rack and said, "Somewhere down the line, rappers stopped donning FUBU ads and started looking back to Paris and Milan, to a legacy that was not created with them in mind." The biggest hip-hop stars of the 2010s, like Ye, Drake, Travis Scott, Future, etc., we're not wearing these brands.
So yeah, you can get it to go
As a
from
consequence, the millions of fans
this,
wanted to look
even
like
though
their
this is
favorite rapper,
fine,
we're not pulling
to a
Nietzsche
more
off of the racks.
lustrous,
The label's online presences and Instagram accounts
guess.
have not been active since
But yeah, I would love to
2016.
braid
The
out
website
this,
was up and
bantu
running,
knot
but
it
posts have been
out,
taken down since
all
2019. Diddy, who never shies away from promoting his businesses online, has never tweeted about Nietzsche once. Like all good things, Nietzsche.
That's why I got, this is exactly why I got a human hair drawstring pony and not a synthetic one, to have all these options right here.
So, y'all, we're ready to cook shots from our sponsor,
Yeah.
Bar Marshall. If you guys are looking for a new or used car to review, we might switch it down below. And type in the zip code, and you can really find a new or used car near you in your area.
Not bad.
They negotiate a regional price for you.
I have to go get ready for a work call.
Some views may find this disturbing. Your discretion is advised.
Hi, my lads.
Thanks for watching.
It's Session Choice, and you're watching Choice TV. So today we're going to talk about the train wreck itself, the Loquisha,